Hi, I'm Rachel. I've been training at Movimento for 2.5 years. So when I started here, I felt a little hesitant and a little uncertain. Before I had my beautiful baby girl, I was very fit. I worked out all the time, and then life kind of happened and priorities shifted. And when she started full-time school and was running around like crazy, I knew that I wanted to still keep up with her. And so that prompted the change. I knew a change was necessary, but again, walking into a gym again and knowing what I used to look like versus what I am or what I was 2.5 years ago, that was a little difficult to wrap my head around and seeing whether or not I could achieve those results that I was used to. Walking into the gym the first time, I'm a researcher. I like to see what's available to me and go through all of my options, and I know that Movimento was on my list just based on what I had heard and what I had seen. And so coming in, I was super comfortable. I was greeted right away by one of the trainers, and there was no pressure. They kind of laid out the options, and I felt like they really listened to what I was needing and wanting. I think that stepping out of the consult room, I knew that this was a place that I wanted to try. It's a very safe place to come even now. Stepping into a new program and knowing that the people designing the programs are trained and educated was super helpful. The results, though, were not what I was expecting whatsoever. Hesitation, my petite frame, a lot of people, even with me noticing the changes in my body after pregnancy and then after having the baby and not being happy with myself, that was really difficult for some people to understand because they would look at me and say, "She doesn't need to lose weight, what are you talking about?" Despite that, the trainers here, they were all super supportive in wanting me to reach my goals. And so last year, I had finished a Spartan race. Actually, I did my Spartan trifecta. Totally on a whim. I decided to do it like 5 or 6 weeks before the first, it was 8-kilometer run, 8-kilometer run. That was in Red Deer. And then I did Calgary, which was in August. And that was 15K. And then I somehow crazily traveled to Seattle to complete the Beast, which was 23K. And it's something that I'd never done before, no obstacles, I'm not a runner. And that was where I truly saw the gains. So my first little stint, the first 6 months, 7 months here, was really just finding and coordinating my body again and getting used to the routine. But once I started setting up challenges for myself and joining the challenges at the gym, that was awesome. When I started to really focus and commit to myself rather than put my goals on, hey, it's dependent on someone else, like for me to do something for my child, but instead just for me, like it was unbelievable. So I started at Movimento at 118 pounds. And by the end of last summer, I was down, I think, to 107. And all of the weight loss that I've had here, I've been able to sustain quite well. Like it would fluctuate a few pounds here or there, but the meal plans and, like I said, the trainers and the programs that they design and they mix up, even on the spot, but every month, really help to engage different muscle groups, and I can feel it. So people will see these pants, and I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter what size pants you wear, but for me and my frame, this was super difficult. A lot of people would find it difficult because it really is like the last 10, 15 pounds that you have to lose, which is always the hardest. And I was able to lose 10.4 pounds in 6 weeks, which is like mind-blowing. Almost all of it was fat. That I lost. And so these are the pants that I started with at Movi. So this was 2.5 years ago. And I'll just tell you guys, they're size 2 petite pants. But like I said, it doesn't matter because this is how much weight I have lost. They look fine on me, carrying weight fine. But I have lost this much weight and as many inches, almost 20 pounds since I've been here. I was able to, thinking that it would never happen, and again, people seeing me saying, you don't need to lose any more weight, we actually think that you're all muscle already. I knew that where I felt best was slipping under the 100-pound mark, and I hadn't been 100 pounds for almost a decade. And I always wanted, and I always thought, okay, you know, I'm going to train for another Spartan race. Any weight loss that I get is a side benefit, but me focusing and dialing in on what I really wanted, it was just, I did it. I exceeded my expectations. It's amazing. Everyone here supports you and encourages you and shares in that joy that you also feel, which you don't get in some gyms. I've done many different gyms, and this is the one that you can feel the love, so it's good. If anyone is considering maybe stepping into fitness for the first time, or if they haven't been at the gym for quite a while, I think you need to find that fire inside of you first. Find that motivation. Maybe it is a kid. Maybe it's your children that you're trying to keep up with. Maybe you've seen family and friends and they've had some sort of medical issue, and it has told you, hey, maybe I should focus in and do something about my own health. Even if it's external, once you find that internal peace, it'll change your world and will open up possibilities and opportunities that you never thought that you could do. You are stronger than you think. You are so worth it. You should be waking up every day wanting to be the best version of you, and if that's not what you're feeling right now, then that's something that you should be working towards, because we only have one shot at this life. There's only one moment that you have to either run on the treadmill or lift up that weight, and can you push yourself and do one more. But that part being said, find that motivation, whatever that is, and I can promise you that once you find it and it's within you, it'll be so different.